No, it's not live. It's a recording, actually. All right, warm up. Lesson 9. 4 friends are touring on motorcycles. They come to an intersection of 2 roads. The road they are on continues straight, and the other is perpendicular to it. Do you know what perpendicular is? Everybody look back at Sophia in the corner. She's got it, okay? 2 lines that intersect at 90-degree angles. Sign at the intersection shows the distances to several towns. Use the map and diagram of the roads. Here's the map in the green, and the information on the sign to answer the following questions. Well, I hate scrolling up and down, but I'm going to need to for now because I need the size of the coordinate plane to do this. On the coordinate plane, what represents the intersection of the 2 roads? Eleanor.
The origin?
Right, the origin, right? 0, 0. Very good. There's no line for this, but we can put it here. Oh, yeah, it's here. Yeah, slide it down. Okay, so let's set up the towns. I'm going to give just what I need. All right, Albertsville from the origin is 8 miles to the left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move how many miles to the left? Which is going to wind up here, right? Put the letter A for Albertson. What is the location of that point? Ordered pair. Carly. Good. Put it right on the plane. All right, who wants to come up and do Blossville? Ken. Pick a different color. And conveniently, the towns are all starting with the letters A, B, C, and D. Letter B. And the ordered pair. Good. You remembered X is 0 and Y is 3. Cheyenne. Shane. Give it the letter C, Shane. And now the coordinates. Excellent. Dewey Falls. Will. The letter D for Dewey Falls is fine. Fantastic. All good. Great. Okay, let's scroll down. What is the distance between Albertsville and Dewey Falls? Which is points A and D. Alexa, how did you know? Okay, but do you have jumps on your page? So how did you do it? How? You kind of did it in your head, right? You did the jumps in your head because it's not on your paper, is it? You didn't physically count it. So what did you do? Because you did 14 pretty darn quick. If I do it, and I jump like you tell me to do, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It took me a whole almost 30 seconds to do that. You added something in about 10 seconds or less. How did you do it? There you go. Okay? Right? You added 6 in your 8. So in essence, you said, okay, 8 steps to get to 0, and then another 6 steps to get to D. That's the shortcut. Technically, what you did is you added their absolute values. Remember what absolute value is? It's the distance from 0. So she took her 8, which is really -8, took the absolute value of steps to get to 0, which is 8, and then 6 more steps, absolute value of 6 is 6, and added it together. Okay? So that is the way, and that's kind of what the gist is of lesson 9, is being able to know the shortcut to figure out distances between 2 points. Now, in order for this to work, the 2 points have to be perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical. They're not going to ask you to do, let's say if there was a point E here. You can't do B to E unless you do left, right first, and then up. That you could do. But to try to figure this out diagonally, you can't do it. You'll actually learn how to do it next year using something called Pythagorean theorem. Okay? But not this year. So all of the points in lesson 9 are both going to either be vertical or horizontal. Anyway, A to D was 14. What about Blossville and Cheyenne? Christian. Think. Look. Because the adding rule doesn't work for this, and we'll explain why. It's 9. How did you do it? There it is. Okay? 12 minus 3 is 9. Now, I will give out a bonus point. If you can tell me, you can figure out what's the, if you're going to add, what has to be the rule if you're going to add it, and what has to be the rule if you're going to subtract it. Because it's 2 separate conditions. And I want to see if you can figure it out. Karsten.
It has to be horizontal and on the x-axis.
Okay.
So subtract it has to be perfectly vertical on the y-axis.
Watch this. So you said to subtract it, it has to be perfectly on the y-axis, right? And vertical.
Oh, no, it just has to be vertical.
For subtraction, you're thinking. I'll give you a hint. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's horizontal or vertical. Because look, here we subtracted, right? What if I give you point, let's call it G and H. All right, well, my G, you don't have to write this, just kind of look. G is 0, 7, and H is 0, -3. Here, we subtracted 12 minus 3 and got 9, and that is the answer. What do you do here?
Oh, wait. Okay. So, this is the same like if it's all positive, you subtract it. If it's positive and negative, you have to add that.
That's it. Okay, that's it. If the signs are the same, doesn't matter whether it's vertical or horizontal. If the signs are the same, you get them both positive, you subtract it. If one is positive and one is negative, you add it. Let's practice. Go on to the next page. Okay. Everything we just talked about is summarized here. Let's just go into the practice phase. Now, this will help you a whole lot using this strategy. It helps for you to visualize where the points would be in a coordinate plane. But I'm not going to give you a large sheet for every single one of these because it really doesn't matter to plot the points exactly. I just need to get an idea of where they would fall on a coordinate plane if I gave you one. So we make what's called a mini coordinate plane. That's all you need. And I'm going to kind of guesstimate where these points would be, because then it's going to help me to know whether I need to add or subtract. Negative 4, 0. Approximately where? Come up and do it.
I know where, but we have different problems.
Hmm?
We have a different problem.
What do you have?
Like it's not that.
This one. You went ahead too much. Okay. So show me where negative 4, 0 would be approximately in the corner. Red. Use red. It just shows up better. Don't worry about it. But be careful, though. Be careful, because you're at 0, negative 4 right now. You're at 0, negative 4. No good. You got to be at negative 4, 0.
Oh.
Hold on. Watch what we do. It makes it easier rather than trying to erase. Just undo until we get back to the blank. All right. Negative 4, 0. Agreed. 5, 0. Nate in red. Well, that's negative 5, 0.
Oh.
All right, wait, let me undo. Don't erase, I'll undo. It's easier. Okay, replot. Approximately, it doesn't have to be exact. Agreed, right? Make it a little bit bolder. Okay, great. All right, now I want to point out something to you before we actually go to A, B, C, and D. Anytime that you do this, you'll notice one of the coordinates will always be the same. In this case, 0, 0 is my y coordinate. I don't care about what's going on with my y coordinate in this example. I care about my difference in my two different numbers. So forgetting about this for now, and focusing on negative 4 and 5, that is my x coordinate. That's the one that's different. Okay, next question. Are the points on the same side as 0 or opposite? And honestly, here's the secret. If you're confused with the terminology same side as 0 or opposite, it's in essence asking, are the signs the same or are they opposite? The signs. Opposite. One's negative, one's positive. So they're opposite, which also means that they're on opposite sides of 0. And according to Carson, when the signs are opposite, what do you do to the two numbers? Sticks. Right, so I'm going to take my 4. I don't care about the fact that it's negative. I'm going to take the absolute value. 4 plus 5 is, they're 9 units away from each other. Oh, this is add. And this is 9. Got it? Practice. Here we go. Example 2. Mini coordinate plane. 0, neg 6. Anybody want to come up and do it? All right, Sebastian, come on up, bud. In red. And while you're here, do negative 0, negative 11. Perfect. Okay, new question. Not that it really matters, but it's a good question. Is the line, if I were to connect the dots, is the line vertical or horizontal? Ryan Wetter. Right, if you want to abbreviate it with a V, you can. Now, the more important question. Which coordinates are different? The x's or the y's? Carly. Correct. Can I make a suggestion to you guys, too? Another little issue that I noticed when you make your y's? Give it a little tail at the end. Okay, when I was grading your exit tickets, some of your y's look like x's. I couldn't tell whether that was a y or an x in some cases. Give it a tail so I can see it. Okay? I don't. I'm out. You'll have to run to the bathroom. Okay. Are the points on the same side as 0 or opposite? Or are the signs the same or are they opposite? Look at the signs of the coordinate that's different. So you're focusing in on that. Are the signs the same or are they different? Madison. They are the same. You can abbreviate opposite too if you want. Oh, sorry. What did we say? No, I was not. What do we do when the values are the same? There's a typo, right? Do you have the typo on your sheet or was it corrected? Because the signs are definitely the same. I got to change it for next year. What are you supposed to do? Change it? You subtract. Okay, and make it simple. High number, take away low number. Always high number, take away low number. What do you get? Yep, you get 5. Last example. Same rule, but you'll see that the points will not lie. They will not lie on the axis. They'll still be perfectly horizontal or vertical. They just won't be on an axis. All right, to save time a little bit, I'm just going to plot where I think -3, 3 would be. All right, -3, and then up. About right? And then -3, -5. About right? Okay. If I were to connect the dots, vertical or horizontal? Right. Nobody looking at vertical is correct. Yes.
I think sometimes I get mixed up, like thinking vertical.
What about which coordinate's different, the x or the y? Madison. Yes, remember, always the x's are the same. They're both -3. The y are the ones that are different. Same sign or opposite sign of those y values? Shane. Correct. Got it? Add or subtract? Jen. Ready? Just repeat this after me. Same, subtract, op, add. Say it.
Subtract, up, add.
Okay? Same, if you decide same, it's always subtract. They start with the same letter. They're kind of like married to each other. You can't have same and add. It's always same, subtract. It's always op and add. Okay? So the easiest way to remember it, I guess, same and subtract, same letters. O and A are both vowels. Opposite, add. Just kind of say like a little rhythm in your head. Same, subtract, op, add. Same, subtract, op, add. They're married to each other. You can't have them vice versa. You'll never get same, add, opposite, subtract. It doesn't exist. Okay? So once you realize it's opposite, it's always add. 5 plus 3. 8's your answer. Mm-hmm. You always add the one that's different.
Yes.
This one happens to be y. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. Because I want to also give you time to do the in-class review. So start working on the exercises right now because we only have a couple minutes. Try to get one done by yourself. I'll group you up after lunch, but for now, by the time you get together with your partner, the bell's going to ring. Do one, and I'll call on you. Do exercise 1. Let me